For all my life, they say I'm a failure, end up in jail, I ain't proving right. My mama, she told me before, son, you get I understood, but I ain't see the vision. A nigga kept going, and now I'm winning. Some people I put my trust in, try to fuck with my image. Oh no, you didn't. Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cause all this life we ain't put on with this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I ain't playing with your ass. Nigga, I ain't playing with your ass. You chasing greatness. You got greatness talking to you. Become great.
Yo, Rise Podcast family, what it do, what it is. How y'all feeling today, man?
Yo, what's going on out there? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boys, Coach Squeeze, aka the Smoothie King, all access international, right back at y'all with another one, top of the morning, top of the afternoon, to y'all good peoples. How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a great weekend. Get some rest to rejuvenate for the week. What's going on, champ?
I can't call it. I just realized, right? I left out this morning. I didn't even play my lottery.
Uh-oh.
Know
how that is.
That's a scary situation, boy.
I know you know how that is.
You see how they did me the other day with an 88-11?
Yeah, they got me too.
Oh my gosh, I'm on pins and needles now.
Yeah, they got me too, champ. They've been doing me dirty.
Hunt on a hunt, my God.
They've been doing me dirty this weekend.
Yeah, we ready to bust one open. Let me get past this morning. We gonna bust one open.
They been doing me grimy, yo.
How you feeling today?
Good. Can't complain. Good. Actually, body, mind. I'm great going this juice cleanse. I'm a juice for 7 days. Going a nice, healthy, nothing but vegetables.
Million Films, what it do? Tim Layton, Jarrell Davis, Alan Johnson, Hunter on a Hunt, Maliza Consabor, Melanie Queen, Miss Sherry Willie, how you doing? Make Taiwan great again. What's going on? Daryl Hopkins, Tasha Reese White, my God, Banks Hayes, what it do? Stretched Out Boxing, what it do? Stretched Out Boxing, where my hat at? Oh, I see. I get it.
I got my cut on.
Yeah, I know I had to look. Damn. Shout out to Hunter on a Hunt, my God, man. You got the sponsors already?
No.
I'll wait for you. I'll stop right there. I already hollered at the people.
5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes. Baltimore's own first ballot Hall of Famer, GTD Promotions, redesigning minds one mind at a time. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Shout out to www.kenichibad.com. Use code TRP. You'll get 15% off. Shout out to www.noslipgallery.org. Go over to Damari's page, support his art and his merch and gear. And praying for him a successful boxing career, that it keep moving and pick up so he can get where he need to be. Also go over to www.miakillerb.com. Go over to her page, support her and her merch.
Can't see him.
R.I.P. to John Boy. R.I.P. to Miss Tanya Van Joss Williams Jr. Shout out the Bad Girls Promotion. Got an event coming up in Dunbar, 5/17. Already came out in the 3 digits. Something told me to play it, but I didn't. Shout out to her on her promotional journey, being the first female promoter in Baltimore's history, aka Miss Olivia Pope. Spell her name right, or you will be getting a call. EOE, education over everything. My brother movement. Man, shout out to Just Do Boxing, Hardcore Boxing News, Richie Baby for the 5 intros and editing the videos. Shout out to Richie Threads, AO Clothing Line, Pro Soul Boxing Gear. Man, all of y'all who sponsors Under Armour, thanks for all you do. And y'all, please don't forget, go down to 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue, Coach Calvin and Kenny Way, and get your Shari's Essentials. 12 rolls, $7 is not a game. 12 rolls, $7. You can't beat that. And shout out I don't know if I said it already, Under Armour, thanks for all that you do. Don't forget to go over to the risepodcast.com and get your merch. Yeah, the summer coming up, be wearing that Fly Rise Podcast gear, man. And shout out to Stretched Out Boxing, another one of you see the fly hats sponsoring us, having us looking fly on the podcast. Appreciate you, brother, from the for you to do that from the bottom of your heart, man. Definitely. Words can't express my appreciation, but it's well received, and I really appreciate the fire hat, especially the note. The note broke me down. I ain't even gonna get into that this morning, but appreciate you. When I need that inspiration, I use that note as a form of inspiration. Appreciate you, Stretched Out Boxing. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Smoothie Kick. Oh, last but not least, the official gear of boxing. All the fighters wearing it. Y'all can say it with me in the chat on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Box. Raw. Smoothie King, right back at you with another one. The Incredible Hulk of the Rise Podcast. Over there with the Hunter on Hunt, Incredible Hulk, walking around like Brutus the Beefcake Barber over there, around all those queens. Gifted 20 to the Rise Podcast JBT memberships. Oh man, that's a blessing, man.
Hunter got something special coming through. Ray touchdown for him. So shout out to my guy Hunter, man. Always supporting.
Thanks,
always
Hunter, man.
Podcast, man.
That's big, yo. Thank you, yo.
Appreciate you. We got Jay Hardcore in the building looking for Sally. He said, Jay Hardcore say salute to all the Sally seekers. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Jay Hardcore, man. The whole time he had me thinking that, you know what I mean, I was just part of the Sally community, but found out he was the president. He married Sally twice.
Damn.
Married Sally twice, and you know what I mean, he stole a Sally from his homeboy. You know what I mean?
Damn.
His homeboy say, this is my lady, you know what I mean? He go for a jog and steal Sally from his homeboy. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful. You know Sally go to the highest bidder.
Damn.
Yeah, he came through jogging, you know what I mean, and swipe my man Sally from him, you know what I mean? With friends like that who need enemies.
Damn.
You know what I mean? 2 times Sally got him down the aisle twice, you know what I mean? You know she was doing her thing.
Damn.
What's going on, though, champ? You see the fights last night?
Nope. I ain't gonna lie, once Jaleel got bumped off.
Yeah, I was kind of a little upset about that. Excuse me, myself.
I was in my feelings.
I agree with you.
I was in my feelings, yo. I was salivating for this rematch, seeing this pickup truck go downhill and go snatch and take back with something that really belonged to him that shouldn't have never got taken from him in the first place. But my prayers go out to him and his family for a healthy and speedy recovery. I seen the highlight reel.
Well, Austin Williams, you know what I mean? He defeated Patrice Volney. You know what I mean? Berlanga back at it with a first round knockout. It was some alright action. I didn't catch much of it. Last night because I was ripping and running. You know what I mean? Today, I got Junior. I got to pick him up. He getting his head done. I dropped him off, get his head done. Me and him gonna hang out a little bit. I'm gonna cook a little something today. I got some collard greens and macaroni and cheese. You know what I mean? With the turkey neck, collard greens, turkey necks, macaroni and cheese. In it right now. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna do a little something. Spend some time with him. Put something together. Just try to take a day and relax, slow down, man. Because I be coming and going, hustling and bustling. You know what I mean? I'm working, pickups, drop offs, you know what I mean? And doing my side jobs, you know what I mean? Yo, you always good for Miss Melanie Queen. You can come pick yours up. But yeah, no, so that's what I got going on today. How about you? What's on the menu today, champ?
Man, just my normal, do my load. I ain't got much. Do my load, clean up, wipe down, disinfect. And was in my word, read my scriptures, and just try to get my head ready for my going back in the ring, called life, starting tomorrow, dealing with just every day, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm one of the lucky ones. I try to do less complaining because stuff can always be worse and people got it worse. So who am I to complain about anything? Yeah, I just roll with the punches. Whatever God had for me, I roll with it. Yeah, that's it. Nothing special. Just trying to navigate through and enjoy life. Enjoy life, man. While I'm breathing. That's it. Simple recipe. Yeah.
Shout out to Hunter on the Hunt. Whenever you touch down at B-More, just let me know, huh? You know what I mean? I'm gonna get squeezed. I'm gonna get the kidnap squeeze. And I'm gonna have him out there singing karaoke. I might go get Jay Hardcore, but you know what I mean? I know his Sally schedule be full. He got about 3 Sallys he keep in rotation, so I don't know if he gonna be able to break free, but we probably can get Jay Hardcore free too, Hunter on the Hunt, and we hang out, do some, shoot the shit, get squeeze, sing a little karaoke, make some smoothies, you know what I mean? And Tim Layton said he was a straight Sally hunter back in the day. God damn, vicious. He said, I got my 3 nephews today and I'm everywhere. Yeah, I can only imagine. I was going to try to take him go-kart riding, but I don't like the weather. It looked like it's going to rain today. I know he like go-kart riding. And the weather broke a little bit, not a lot, but I thought it was going to be nice enough to where as though, you know what I mean, we could go go-karting for a little minute. So I got to figure something else out now because it's supposed to rain at like 1 o'clock. What you got going on, Jay? You got some fishing rods? You trying to put them hooks in the water? Oh, bring Hunter up to the crib? Oh yeah. We definitely he want to come to the gym too though. That's what I'm saying. Dwayne Haskins, my guy, what he do? Miss Sherry, Melanie Queen, Smoothie King.
Right back at you with another one. Remember, for 13 months, you hit the like button yet. What you waiting for? Appreciate you for the support.
Definitely appreciate you. So back to the fights last night. Berlanga, he called out Plant. No, he called out Charlo and Munguia. Eddie Hearn said he liked the Plant fight. Berlanga said fuck Plant. But what fight would you rather see him in? Plant, Charlo, or Munguia?
For him at this juncture in his career, I would like to see Charlo first, Munguia second, for him, and Plant third. in that particular order.
I like the
this
Plant
juncture in this juncture of his career. It's time. He fought. You can't. How would I say this for him? You'd have fought the cream of the crop, Canelo, right? You did decent. You stood your grounds, whatever, as long as you could. You did better than what a lot of people would have given you credit for. I think he showed everything he could have in that Canelo fight. He damn sure wasn't winning it.
Bring
so now he needs to clean up that 3-piece with 3 W's to get that Canelo fight back.
Bring my guy in.
All right, y'all. The one, the only, the wizard, the architect of the Rise podcast. But let me bring him in for hardcore boxing news, jump in my stuff. Aunt McQueen, come on in. I can't give you a prop because hardcore in here. Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Squeeze.
Yeah, I normally
how I
give you
feel
more.
about you, man.
You know how they attack me in the chat.
Shout out to Hardcore.
The hate is real.
He said he'd rather see Charlo stop him.
Charlo stop
Berlanga?
Yeah.
I think Squeeze is dead on point though, man. Like he said, Berlanga,
T Hill,
in the manner of speaking, he kind of skipped some levels. Like he went straight from Patrick McCrory to Canelo Alvarez. You was kind of supposed to fight all these other guys in between. So it's like after you go from there to there, it's like where do you go after that? I kind of feel like he don't got no choice but to fight the other top names. He got to fight one of them.
I like the Plant fight first. Squeeze said he like Munguia first.
No, not Munguia first. Charlo first. On the comeback.
I think Berlanga Plant is a good fight. I think that'd be a great fight. I think Berlanga get past Munguia. I think Charlo stops Berlanga. But I think Plant and Berlanga, that's a good back and forth.
You think he stops him? You think he stops him after all this time, Squeeze? I'm not Squeeze, Senior. I don't know, bro. That's a good fight. I think all of those fights are good fights for various reasons because we're gonna find out about all of them. Like for one, the Charlo fight, we're gonna see what he got left. Is that he come back because we know he's been dealing with his mental stuff. I hope all is well with Jamal Charlo. He's getting himself right. But his last fight, although he won it against Jose Benavidez, he kind of like he was going through the motions a little bit. He looked like he was kind of going through the motions, Jamal Charlo. And then he was supposed to fight recently. Wasn't he supposed to fight, what's my man's name? Thomas Lamana, a.k.a. Cornflake. He was supposed to fight him. He had to withdraw for his personal reasons. So I think a fight with Berlanga show is like whether it's time for him to get back in the mix officially or it's like, nah, you need to hang it up. Jaime Munguia, we seen just what happened with him with Bruno Serra. So put him back in there is kind of like a crossroads fight for him too because the matchmaking has been extremely favorable for him up until the Canelo fight. Let's just put it that way. So we're going to see what he's really about. And then the fight with Caleb Plant, I think that's probably the most competitive fight out of the 3. I do think it'll be back and forth, Senior, because both of them dudes seem to have a genuine dislike for each other. And you know how that goes. Whenever it's a little bit chippy, it's going to be action-packed. And I think that Berlanga, I think he's dangerous enough to pose a threat. We just seen that fight with Trevor McCumbee. Caleb Plant had a little bit of a tough go early on, but once he figured him out, the skills was just too much. So it was like, will it be the power of Berlanga or will it be the skills of Caleb Plant? Me personally, I would lean towards Plant. No disrespect to Berlanga, but yeah, I think they all 3 good fights. But man, Squeeze was right on the money when he said it. Like, yo, you went from fighting this level of competition straight to Canelo. There's no turning back now after that. You got to fight the other top dudes.
No, I agree. But I just think out of all of them, I think the most entertaining fight It's Plant and Berlanga.
I don't agree.
Which fight you think? Cam J, what's up?
I don't agree. And let me just address one of the comments in the chat to say you're entitled to your own opinion. I get that. I know social media can be cruel and they can express their feelings, but to call either one of the Charlos a bum, I think is insane. COVID bums. That's just my opinion. Two solid fighters, exciting, fan friendly. You know what you're gonna get with these guys. They're gonna rumble in the jungle every time they step in the ring. Now, that Canelo and the small one, Jamal Charlo, whatever his name is, fight, I really didn't even count that, to be honest with you. But I would have liked to seen him do a little better, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna look past that. But otherwise than that, you know what you're getting with that guy. Some of the best fights in boxing history, far as when we talking about barn burners. And the only reason why I say in that order that I gave with Berlanga is because we seen talent-wise, that was the peak that he could give was with Canelo. You seen the best he could give. So now, talent-wise, ceiling-wise, only why I say Charlo first, because Charlo been out. He's been going through little mental issues out of the ring. And to me, Berlanga would be a great comeback fight for him because it would really either make Berlanga or break him. So if he really beat the Charlo brother coming back, that could probably save him a little bit, even though a lot of people would say, nah, yo, the Charlo haven't fought. I get all of that. But he needs to get the rest of these names under his belt. I wouldn't put him in front of Plant first. I wouldn't put him in front of Plant because that could be disastrous. Yeah.
So but you said give him Charlo first. That could be like if you want to put him. I can't say easy. I think just Munguia be the least amount of resistance.
See, but Squeeze is like a matchmaker right now, and I feel where Squeeze is coming from. I feel where he's coming from because we know at least with Caleb Plant, he's been relatively active, been keeping himself in shape. Let's not forget, we don't even get Jamel Charlo versus Canelo if Jamal Charlo was up to task, because that was supposed to be him originally. The little brother, the little Charlo picked up the smoke for his brother. He wasn't even supposed to be in there. No. Originally, it was Jamal. Jamal falls out of the fight. Jamal says, hey, F it, I'll take the smoke. So, with that being said, I think there's just too many question marks around, what's the name, Jamal Charlo right now. We're not going to know until we know. So I can see why Squeeze would say him first, especially if you're thinking about a matchmaker. If we're talking about like Berlanga, not just in terms of what we find to be most exciting, but Squeeze, once again, you said something that was very, very important. His development. Like we know, okay, this is somewhat his sailing, but can he expand the sailing a little bit more? And the way in which you do that is, you know, you just adjust the level of resistance. It's no different than being on the treadmill. You don't start off on the highest speed. You start off on 1 and 2, you know what I mean? And then you walk in and then you get to a pace where you jog and then you sprint at the end. Then you got your cool down. But you don't just go from 0 to 100. You know what I mean? So in terms of where everybody is right now, I can see why Jaime Munguia skill-wise, senior. I can see why you say he would be the least level of resistance, but once again, he's been active. And he also had that fight before. What's my man's name? Bruno Saras. He had a fight before that dude. He stopped him. So at least we know he's going to scrap. Jamal Charlo, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know if he's going to make it to the ring at this point. We just don't know. So it's tricky. But Caleb Plant is the most exciting for me.
I just said the only reason why I said, not to sound like a broken record, I would say the Charlo brother and Berlanga. to me, mentally, that would be the tug of war between where those guys' career would go after that fight. You got two guys that Berlanga still really haven't proved himself to me that he could be mentioned amongst the cream of the crop in that division. The Charlo brother has. Only reason why his name was pulled out of the hat is because of the out of the ring issues, not because of his performances. So now him fighting to show the world that he's dedicated to the sport on this side, can he get back to being one of the top dogs in the division when both of those mentalities and scenarios collide with each other? We as fans want to see which one of those scenarios gonna outplay the other one. That's what's really intriguing me about that fight. If I made that clear.
Nah, true indeed. And another thing too, Squeeze, to your point about the mental aspect, I think that it also gives Edgar Berlanga more time to fortify his mentality. Because I don't know if you've seen the fight that he had with the dude in Gulo. He got so frustrated in that fight, he bit the dude on the neck. So he also got some questions to answer as far as mental is concerned.
The old dude, I remember the old dude that was whooping his ass. I remember.
He got so mad and he bit the dude right on the neck.
Yeah, I remember. The old dude, I remember. Old
Smoothie
dude whooping his ass.
Right back at you with another one. Ralph 707, thanks for the color in the chat. Are you going to the Times Square fight in New York?
He talking to you, Ant.
Times Square fight in New York. I might have to spend the night out there with a sleeping bag. Because you know it's going to be packed down there.
Hell yeah.
Man, Squeeze going. I'm kidnapping Squeeze. We going. Hold up. Yeah, but I get where you going at with Charlo. I just think for me the more entertaining fight is Plant.
I'm with you on that. In just terms of pure entertainment, because not only the fights, but also the press conference about the man, you know it's gonna be lit. You seen the last press conference when them dudes were on the same card together. Canelo card, they won that card together, and they was talking heavy.
So I
dudes
think
don't like each other.
Yeah, I think that fight entertained us from, you know what I mean? Like that's and that the bad blood is what's really gonna make it a good fight. You see him, Eddie Hearn, like, no, I think I like Plant. Fuck Plant. You see what I'm saying? So I think the Berlanga and Plant, that's what we get. That's where we get the most bang for our buck.
I agree. And just like all around, like where what's the name is right now, where Caleb Plant is and where Berlanga is right now, just the way they match up. Because one thing we've seen with Berlanga, at least from a stylistic standpoint, oh man, he going crazy. From a stylistic standpoint, he's had some trouble with them guys that can box and move. Like it was first most, I guess you could say it was revealed in that fight that he had with Steve Rolls, crafty veteran dude. He couldn't really do nothing with him. The other fight with Homeboy, with Angulo, he got so mad he bit him. So I can only imagine what he'd be ready to do to Caleb Plant, because we know Caleb Plant, he could box, he could move, he got a decent punching power. So,
and don't get me wrong, like
fight.
Berlanga got decent power. You know what I mean? What's that? 20? He got what's that? Last night should have made 20 or 21 first round knockouts. Ant.
Probably 20. I know he started out, it was like 16 straight.
Yeah, and I thought it was like 19. But when he fought Damon and he couldn't, you know what I mean, he couldn't stop Damon. Well, he couldn't, you know what I mean, not the first round anyway. But I think he got like 20, but we ain't really seen him. Like when we seen him, like you said, versus Angulo, it was like, oh, this old man whooping your ass. So I'm not really sold on Berlanga, but I think the most entertaining fight is Berlanga and Plant. I'm standing on my square.
No, I'm with that. I think that's the most entertaining, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's the most entertaining fight. Well, for the first, maybe first 5 or 6 rounds. The only reason why I say that first, maybe for the first 5, I don't think that Berlanga discipline could carry him into the later rounds of a fight. That's number one. He's a front runner to me.
All day long.
I think that the Charlo and him would be a little bit more entertaining if the Charlo brother don't catch him his ass and clip him. If he doesn't check him in, because he gonna be like, oh man, I'm not letting this guy come out of retirement with 2 years and jump back in front of me. How dare he? And he tried to go to get Charlo out of there and mess up or slip. We know that power is real. But the questioning of the longevity, can he mentally lock back in and regain that lines only mentality that he was once carrying around with him? But I just think I'm really in between the line of that fight and the Munguia fight, by both of them taking 2 losses here lately, or one of the other taking 1 to 2 losses in their last 5 fights. I think that would be more of a barn burner. I'm leaning towards more than the Charlo and the Caleb Plant fight, because of both of them are fighting to stay above, float in the division, to not be falling stock-wise, money-wise, that a person would want to put the money behind them and believe that they could flourish with good fights. So it's just, I'm actually all over the place with this. It's a good scenario to be up against. That's what I love about boxing.
And this is right here. This is what a lot of fans, casual fans, this is what they want. We like Berlanga because he produces early TKOs. You see what I'm saying? Exciting boxing doesn't last 12 rounds, but when you got the right match, a 12-round match is good. When you watching a chess match, the sweet science is good. You don't always want, you know what I mean? You get drafted, like boxing. Going to a boxing match is an event. Even when you go to somebody's house to watch it, it's an event. You know what I mean? You got the buffet, whatever y'all cook to eat. You know what I mean? People over having drinks, laughing. You don't want the night to end early. You want to see some action. I don't want to always see a first round knockout. Mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th round. I'm good. First round, I feel like I wasted my time. I could have stayed home for this shit.
True indeed.
I like. Go ahead, Ant. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with Senior. Like, it's not always exciting seeing them early knockouts. Like, sometimes you want to see some back and forth action. You want to see guys going at it. So
like
I'm with him.
Like when Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh my God.
Went 12 rounds of fury and hell.
Trying to kill each other.
Yeah, for 12 rounds.
They was trying to kill each other.
For 12 rounds.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's boxing.
Holyfield and Bo.
Oh my God.
Some people in the chat, that's not exciting. So some people just made comments that they saying TKO. I mean, he entitled to your opinion, but I'm watching Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler fight today, 20 years later. I'm still watching. It's still exciting to me.
My favorite fight, it didn't go 12, but matter of fact, was it in the 12th round? Castillo and whatchamacallit?
Floyd.
No. Corrales. Castillo, that's the fight.
Diego Corrales.
And Castillo, that's the one Ant where he got knocked down like 3-4 times and got back up.
Spit his mouthpiece up.
I think that was like the 12th round when he did stop him though. But like that's one of my favorite fights, you know what I mean? And you got everything you wanted in that fight. You had knockdowns, you know what I mean? Motherfucker getting up out of nowhere, you know what I mean? How, you know what I mean? That's action. I don't want the fight to be over in the first round. I want to see some action. I want to see where your chin at, how you take a body punch, you know what I mean? Like I want to see how your feet look. You can't see all that in one round. I want
And
to
of course,
really.
the quintessential war, man, Gotti Ward. Everybody loved Gotti
Oh
Ward.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yup, Gotti and Ward. We could go on with this list. We could go on. We missing a lot of warriors that we can have this the conversation with. Definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely a good situation for all of these guys. But a scenario like you said, Squeeze, because I feel like either way is going to produce something, and we're going to get some sort of revelation and resolution out of the situation. Because all of them are pretty much fighting for something. Like Jamal Charlo, he's virtually fighting for his career. We know that Caleb Plant, he was once the IBF champ at 168, dethroned by Canelo. He's looking to reclaim supremacy, so he's fighting for something. Jaime Munguia, to your point, he just got starched by Bruno Saraz. He got to come back and prove that was just a fluke. He just landed a good shot, got me up out of there, but I'm here to stay. And Edgar Berlanga is still kind of like, we don't really know what to make of him because, yeah, he had those early knockouts, 16 KOs straight, but then it seemed like that was largely a product of matchmaking. We want to find out, is this dude the real deal? So everybody is fighting for something in this situation. Everybody's fighting for something.
Well, well, it would have been real. It would have been real helpful for him to, even if he did not clip Canelo and got him out of there, at least made Canelo taste the canvas once or twice in that fight. Would have been astronomical for him. We seen that Triple G and Canelo went the distance 2 times. Am I correct? 3 times or 2
Three
times?
times.
3 times. You know, two chins, 2 valiant warriors. Went back and forth for 12 rounds 3 times. You know, I think the first 2 fights definitely was more exciting than the last one. I wasn't really sold on that last one, but they faced each other 3 times. They didn't run from each other. You know, so and Gennady was clipping everybody. Triple G was clipping everybody, man. I ain't mad at him at all. Yeah, I ain't mad at him at all, champ.
Munguia Berlanga, that might be, when I think about it, just in terms of just the action itself, I think that fight might be the most explosive fight from a standpoint of those guys being somewhat evenly matched. Because you did make a great point about Berlanga going down the stretch. And when I was thinking about, like I had referred to his fight with Angulo, he got so mad he bit the damn guy. Steve Rose fight. There were a couple of fights in between that Patrick McCrory fight where he went the distance several times and he didn't really look too good down the stretch. So I could see a scenario, and shout out to Tim Layton. He had mentioned this a couple minutes ago, and where Berlanga might be able to land a good shot on Caleb Plant early on, maybe score a flash knockdown. But then to your point, it's like, is he going to be able to sustain that? Because we just seen with Caleb Plant, we know that this dude, not only can he take a punch, but he's pretty resilient. The only time he's been stopped, it was by Canelo. It took Canelo 11 rounds. Granted, he did a lot of holding in the fight with David Benavidez. He made it all 12, and it was a competitive fight. The first half of the fight, and then the second half of the fight was David Benavidez. And we just seen in the fight with Trevor McCumbee. McCumbee scored a knockdown early on, but then after that, Caleb just picked him apart, and it wasn't even close, skill-wise. So I can see a scenario like that with Berlanga, where Berlanga's
didn't Plant get hurt a couple of times in that fight?
Yeah, like in the first 2 rounds, but then it's like I said, like he He weathered the storm, and then he just picked him apart after that. It wasn't even close.
Didn't he hit the canvas, Ant McQueen? I'm just
Yeah, he
trying
got
to.
hit on the shoulder with a left
I'm
hook.
not being
It didn't really
sarcastic.
connect
I'm
on his
just
chin.
okay. I'm thinking I remembered him. His knee hit the canvas or something. You there, Ant? All right, he went out. Rusty Cage and Wolf. Oh, in McCumbee and Anna be back in, y'all. In the McCumbee plant fight, Rusty Cage. Hey man, everybody new in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for coming over. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We talk about the sport that we love. I served 88 Simplify. Yeah, definitely, man. That was a barn burner. Definitely was a barn burner. I mean, one thing for certain and one thing for sure, all fighters is I've never known a fighter in boxing history, as long as I've been watching the sport, that never had a off night, or I guess you would say not their best performance on a night that they boxed. I think all fighters experience that. You say Plant excessive holding in the Benavidez fight. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was. He held a lot down the stretch.
Why you
But
think?
that was on the referee, man. The referee, he got to intervene, and you know.
Why you think?
Why do I think he was holding?
Excessively.
Oh man, he was tired. He was tired. He was getting hit with a lot of body shots. Got hit with some clean shots, and David Benavidez, man, that dude's output is tremendous. You see how many punches he throws once he gets going. So the only way to keep that man from throwing punches is to hold him. You know, gotta hold him. How do you keep a car in the driveway? Keep it in park. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in the driveway. Don't let him get out on the road.
Plant was doing a lot of moving in that fight.
Yeah, he was.
He was doing a lot of moving, trying to stay. He tried to stop for relinquishing his back on the ropes. He knew that his cardio had to be crazy for that fight. So, yeah, definitely.
But I think he may have found something in the McCumbee fight, though, Squeeze, because that was the freshest I've seen him look down the stretch in quite some time, because Caleb Plant, he's been notorious for fading in the back half of fights. Not mentally, but his endurance. Even the fight where he won the IBF strap, he won it, I believe it was against Uzkateki. And in that fight, he was winning handily, and then he just started fading down the stretch. Defense wasn't as tight. Head movement wasn't as slick. Feet weren't as evasive. You know, he started getting touched with shots he wasn't getting hit with early in the fight. Then the fight that he had with Caleb Truax, another fight where he got off to a strong lead, start fading in the back half of the fight. Canelo fight as well. Then I also got to say Canelo aided him in that because he started going to his body. So, yeah, definitely. He knew his cardio had to be on point. And I also think that he was trying to manipulate David Benavidez by using movement. He didn't believe that his footwork was
he tried to put his.
Is.
I mean, I think it was a good strategy on his part, to move like he was moving, because if he didn't, it would have been an early night for him. So I really more so think that it was more in a survival mode. But one thing I'm not going to do is discredit Caleb Plant for not taking that fight, stepping up to the plate, fighting the toughest guys in the division. Kudos to Caleb Plant, shown mad heart and willing to get in there with the top fighters in the division and not duck, or what people would say dodge, anybody and try to hold on to his win column and not lose. So props out to Caleb Plant for stepping in the ring with these guys. That's the top fighters in the division. Mad respect for Caleb. He get in there with anybody. But how would we gauge these fighters? They win 15 in a row. They lose one. They're a bum, or we'll criticize them. They ain't what they said they was because of one fight. I think that the marking of a champion, when he loses, fight his way back in the position to fight for a title, to win the people back over. Then whenever he loses, he comes back and put on a spectacular performance with anybody that he's in front of. That's what makes my interpretation of a great champion. That's a long, long list.
I respect that 1,000%, Squeeze. I'm with you. As far as the fans go, I believe that fans are partially influenced by the matchmakers indirectly, right? So, like we were just talking about Edgar Berlanga. Like, it was clear what their strategy was when it came to how they were going to market him. He's got solid power, so we're going to line him up with a whole bunch of guys. He's going to knock these guys out. And in the moment he stepped up and he started fighting more savvy veteran guys, that knockout streak was gone. So for a lot of people, they'd be looking like, damn, that must have been fool's gold. So it's not so much a matter of taking a loss or having a shaky performance. I guess it's more so who those moments come against. If it was a guy that you were supposed to just dispatch of and you in there looking shaky, then it's like, man, maybe we not who we thought you were based on the matchmaking. But if you're in there with a guy who's a credible guy, like Jaime Munguia, right now there's a lot of question marks around him because you go in there with a guy that nobody's ever heard of, and Bruno Saras, and this dude only got 4 knockouts. Then you get clipped on the chin, and it looks bad because you look at the rest of his resume, and you can see that his record was, largely padded and aided exponentially by matchmaking, which is not a bad thing because all fighters are subject to matchmaking, because these people I'm referring to, the people in the suits, they invest in these fighters. These fighters are products for them. So they gotta find a way to build them up accordingly. So you're gonna start out fighting against overmatched opponents, and then gradually we want to get you in position to become a prospect, and then gradually get you in position to become a contender, and then the end goal is to hopefully turn you into not only a champion, but somebody who can sell tickets. You know what I mean? So,
well, I don't know if this fair or not. I really, I think I look at it sometimes. I gotta digress sometimes, and I can oversaturate what I see in front of me sometimes. I'm only human. Sometimes I could just go with a fighter because I like everything about him. He's a likable guy. Whether he win or lose, how he carry himself in and out of the ring, I can relate to him. I could pick a person just for that alone. But when we go up against these fights, that we see these guys that's supposed to beat a guy from their previous fights, I think us as boxing fans, boxing analysis, or whatever you call yourself, we not really giving those guys a shot like we should, because of they ain't fought nobody. Don't nobody know nothing about them. But when I go back and think, that guy's just as hungry as the guy that everybody know. Because remember, he wants to take your spot. He needs to have a great performance because he has nothing to lose if he wants to become a real prize fighter. So I try to be respectful in my thought process, because all it takes is one punch that anybody can upset anybody on any given Saturday night. How you feel about that, Ant? He don't got his ears on. You hear me, Ant?
Yeah, hey, now, I agree. Anybody definitely can be upset on any given night, and I also do believe that fighters in general should be appreciated for their efforts. Fighters in general should be appreciated for their efforts, because you do got guys that are out here grinding, and as fans, we give some of these dudes flack for having jobs to be able to sustain themselves. Like, oh, this guy's an electrician. This guy is an Uber driver. This guy is this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? He's a barber. He ain't really. Truth of the matter is, all of these guys aren't in position where they could be living solely off of checks from boxing. So until they get to that point, they got to do something. And one of my favorite fighters right now, I'm not gonna say one of my favorite. My favorite fighter right now at the moment is Edward Vasquez. He got 2 L's, but I ain't never gonna be like, man, that ain't my guy. This, that, and third. Because like you said, I watch his interviews. I like the way that he carries himself. I follow him on Instagram. He's always putting in his road work. So I know that he's always working, and I appreciate just his efforts. And I like the way that he fights stylistically. He's a guy who's not a big puncher, but he's super courageous, because you would think he's a big puncher because he applies a lot of pressure, very physical. And I just like his style, and I wish all the best for him. I hope he gets to a point where he could, take the next step and become a household name. But even if it doesn't happen, I'm still going to be a fan of him. Just 'cause I just appreciate what he does. And anybody can be upset on the night of, because we're talking about, for one, we're talking about physics. We talk about biology, physiology, all that shit, right? Like, human beings aren't meant to be punched in the head.
Breaking up, Ant. Sorry, y'all. Ant having a little technical difficulties now. He'll be back with us. But what he said, just going off of what Ant McQueen said, it's entertainment, and we just, I don't know, man. I guess I'm guilty of it too sometimes. It's entertainment. It's your job. It's the way you put food on your table. And we just expect for them guys to come out and give their very best and give themselves a shot at becoming great in the sport and laying down a legacy that's worthy of us looking back when the dust clear and saying what they gave the sport. But I take my hat off to all them guys who put their life on the line day in and day out and go into the ring and try to get that legacy. And like Aunt McQueen say, everybody don't have the resources and nobody to back them. I call them blue collar fighters, and we got to respect them making sacrifices in their life to become great, and be able to put their families in a position to take care of them. So, kudos to those guys. Mad props go out to those guys. So, on that note, I don't know if Aunt McQueen back in, All Access International. We're going to close this show out. Always great boxing talk. I think we covered a lot of stuff, man, without the screenshots, without the not being biased, or whatever way you want to say
it. Sensationalism.
I agree. And just trying to be a wholesome boxing channel, and we give our opinions, and what we see best with our eyes. May the best man win in that alone. And on that note, that's my closing argument.
My closing argument, same as always, Squeeze. Small things, all things. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. You people enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a great weekend. Peace.
Hey, Ant.
Yes, sir.
Because I was like, when I met you for the first time, it was like one of my favorite fighters of all time. I was like really like enthused when I first met you, man. I was like, damn, yo, I put the face, the person behind the screen right in front of me, and to be able to see you, it was like, damn, I can't really express it, but it was just an honor to really see you in person, somebody who really, really loves the sport, maybe almost as more as I do. So damn, I don't know what else to say, man. That's my closing argument. All Access.
I think everybody got that initial reaction when meeting Ant, because when we did the first meet and greet in Philly, when Ant came to the door, I'm like, who the hell is that? Like, it's Ant McQueen. Hell no, Ant McQueen about 6'6". You know what I mean? Like, his personality that you get online is that, you know what I mean? He's a tall guy, but to see him in person, like, damn. But Ant's a cool dude. You know what I mean? We was in there chopping it up, having a good time, man. Shout out to Ant, man. Ant, and one thing about Ant one of them guys, right? Ant smart as shit. And he very knowledgeable on a lot of different topics. So if you sit down and talk to Ant, you might start off at boxing, but you're gonna go down a path whereas though y'all gonna cover a lot of ground, and we was chopping it up, having a good time, man. So it's nice having people like that, you know what I mean? Shout out to Ant McQueen, man.
All right, on that note, this is the Rize Podcast, All Access International. Ant McQueen, Coach Squeeze, aka the Smoothie King. Right back at y'all with another one. Peace.
Peace. See y'all tomorrow.
Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cause all this life we ain't put on with this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. Now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up for nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.